Howdy, this is Bubba here with the video, but unfortunately this is a sad video to make because the longtime tenor singer for the Oak Ridge Boys, Joe Bonsall, hopefully I pronounced that right, has passed away at the age of 76. He joined the group, the Oak Ridge Boys, in 1973, so it was a 50-year run, a historic run. You know, it's a group that sings a style of quartet country music that you just don't see that much anymore. It's not completely dead now, but it's a style of music you don't see anymore, and it's also a run by a group for 50 years that you will not see anymore. Many people, even if you don't recognize the name, you will recognize the picture I put on here, and then you will recognize him because he handled the talking for the group and that kind of stuff. And because of that, many people thought he was the lead singer just because he was so much so the kind of the front man of the group that handled the talking. And he had the type of personality that everybody loved. He was energetic and likable, and also, going back to the styles, they did a lot of gospel stuff and started out as a gospel group that they did. So, they had, you don't need me to tell you their accolades, but real quickly, they had 17 #1 hits and 41 million albums sold. In 23, he stepped down, which was during the farewell tour. His ALS kind of got to the point where he couldn't do it anymore. So unfortunately, he did have to step away. Ben James did take his place, a guy that I've talked about a lot on this channel. So so he did kind of get to pass the torch to the younger generation a little bit. But the end of a legendary group that may not ever be duplicated, or probably will not be duplicated again, a 50-year run in any genre of music. That now makes William. Another thing was that Joe was very active on Twitter. He grew up in Philadelphia, was a big Philadelphia Phillies fan, and I followed him on my Twitter, and he always posted a lot about his cat Barney. So, kind of sort of a fun behind-the-scenes type thing. A lot of people might not know. That now still leaves William Lee Golding, which everybody knows is the guy with the beard, as the longest reigning member. And I did get to see the Oak Ridge Boys pretty recently, so I was glad to see that. I did not get to see them as much as I would have liked to, even though they tour a lot. But yeah, that makes William Lee Golding the longest reigning member still, since he's been there since 1965. And unfortunately, the other part of the headline, he got some extremely tragic news as well, and that is his son Rusty passed away on July 1st at the age of 65. Many people do not realize that William Lee Golding is in his 80s, I think mid-80s. I saw them in Calhoun, Georgia last year, I think it was. And Rusty was, a big fun personality. I think he played the piano, keyboard type stuff, wrote some songs and that kind of thing. He wasn't necessarily that much in the public eye, but they did make an album in the last year or two, and he did some solo stuff as well. But yeah, they say nothing is harder than burying a child, so that's what William Lee Golding is going through now. Rusty had some heart surgery, a while back, and I think after that he kind of changed over to more gospel music type stuff. As of the time I'm recording this, I have not seen a cause of death for Rusty. So unfortunately that is the sad video that I have to make. Let me know, leave me a comment with your favorite memories, your favorite songs from the Oak Ridge Boys and Joe and William Lee Golding, son Rusty.